right, we're ready?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh!
Woof.
Coming soon. Jolting tales of horror. Creepshow. From the author of Carrie, The Shining, and Cujo. And the creator of Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead. You'll scream, ghastly ghouls. Cringe at weird kids. And shiver at the doings of evil doctors.
This is going to be extremely painful, Mr. Varren.
Creepshow will grab you, grow on you, and give you the creeps.
No, this is going to be an entirely new experience.
Creepshow, the most fun you'll ever have being scared.
You're tuned in to the Wolf's Den podcast, and welcome back to Late to the Murder Party.
That was the sort of hesitation that makes you wonder if he was going to say the right name of the right show that we're recording for right now.
Not gonna lie, I almost said the wrong one. Now, I'll leave it up to you to figure out which one I was gonna say.
I mean, right.
With me, of course, are my lovely co-hosts, Xeiren.
Yo.
And we have Varren with us today.
Indeed.
Alrighty then. So, today's episode, and what you might have noticed is these past few episodes, actually, this month, they definitely seem out of place for the month. That's because these were originally meant to go on to October, but due to scheduling, it just didn't happen. So
But we're doing them now, so everything is going great.
So, as of release, yeah, Anna Monday was Death Parade, fantastic series. Twisted Notes was Ghost. I have no problem with that music. And today we are covering one of my favorite horror films, one of my favorite Stephen King films. That, my friends, is of course Creepshow.
Oh, yes. All the yes.
Which definitely gets the seal of approval.
Oh, God damn it. I see.
Oh, God dang it.
Oh!
I sent them a GIF with a seal. It says seal of approval. That's why they're groaning.
Yeah.
I'm turning it to a podcast right now.
We'll see. I may or may not actually just put that in the video.
Do it.
Please do.
Fucking do it.
As soon as we're about to start groaning, have that come on. Yeah. So, yeah.
Or.
That aside, Creepshow. Oh God, where do we begin? I mean, this is just a classic of the 80s. This is a classic of King. This is a classic of Romero outside of, you know, what everybody remembers him for, Living Dead.
All the dead movies, yes. But yeah, no, this is definitely, I would consider, like, if it's not my favorite and like anthology movie of all time, it's definitely like up there.
Oh, definitely. No, this is my okay. Tales from the Dark Side has a soft spot for me, but
Well, you just like that movie for Christian Slater.
well, yes. And other Stephen King anthologies have soft spots too. Cat's Eye, for example. However, this film is perfect.
Like it has it exists in this little microcosm of just it had a goal and it fulfilled that superbly.
Which was to be a throwback to EC Comics.
Exactly, and it succeeds in that for the visuals, for the music, for how everything's shot. It's just you can definitely see like how this would translate into a comic, and eventually they would do that. But
Yeah, if I don't have it already by the time of this, I should be getting it soon. I am trying to get a hold of the actual comic.
I already have it. I already have it.
Lucky bitch. So, yeah, this, honestly, oh man. Guys, where do you want to start with this? Where do we start?
I mean, we could just start with the beginning, which is the wraparound with the whole fucking Tom Atkins as the dad trying to, like, wanting to rid the house of these comic books.
Yeah, this trash. Yeah, this. Oh man, and actually, Xeiren and I, previously in our Poltergeist review, we did talk about a little something that Varren, I'm not sure if you knew.
Tell me.
Some people have learned about this. If you ever watched the documentary done, Just Desserts.
I have not.
Okay. I'm making you watch that because it's a damn good documentary. It's all about the making of Creepshow. With interviews and all sorts of good shit and behind the scenes.
I might have seen some clips of that here and there, but I haven't seen that in full.
Shout released it at one point.
That's probably the reason I haven't seen it, because Shout is US only. So.
Yeah, no, I'll have you watch it. I have a copy of it. It's great. So one thing we learned in that is that the creep itself,
Mm-hmm.
the effects were going to cost too much to make it. And it wouldn't match with their budget. So they got an actual corpse.
I can see the Poltergeist connection now.
Yeah, they got an actual corpse sent to them, and they had Savini, who was like him and like one other kid, were like the only two people doing special effects on the film. And
yeah, well, I'm not surprised by this at all, because, like, again, this is the 80s. They would find the weirdest things to try and solve effects issues and all that. Even just going to get a actual corpse for the fucking effect.
Oh, well, fun fact. I don't know why I said fun fact, but fact about that is it actually is, and I think to this day, but definitely back in the day, it was cheaper to get an actual corpse than it was to
make a plastic one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. God, I think that was like from a video I watched on Poltergeist as well that explained that.
Yeah.
So that was just like, whoa, okay.
Yeah. So Savini, he honestly, to me, I guess technically, I feel did worse to the corpse than like the desecration that happened in Poltergeist. Because he took the corpse.
What a lot of people don't realize is that like thousands upon thousands of bodies every year are donated to science. Well, once science is done with those bodies,
the film industry takes them.
Exactly. And uses them up even more until they're just dust.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah. But yeah, no, he fixed it up. He added some makeup and stuff to it, like some effects and stuff. And he turned it into a puppet.
Well, I think in quite a few states in the U.S., I don't know if it's true if you import corpses, but in a lot of places in the U.S., you cannot sell human remains.
No,
God.
you can't.
So it's almost like a weird bartering system. It's like, oh, I need X amount of corpses, or I need X amount of human bones. Well, fine, I got access to these things, but what are you going to do for me? Because if actual money transaction happens, we're motherfucked.
Yeah.
Although you say import of corpses now, imagine like maybe something going like, oh, I don't want any foreign corpses. I want real, authentic, American-made corpses.
Okay, maybe if they were making a film in, like, Alabama.
Dudum-tsh.
Yeah,
But
no, that's...
Yeah, no, like the beginning of Creepshow immediately just sets the entire mood of what you're in for. Because it's already just like you have the dad that is just being shitty to the kid, and then the kid is visited in the window by the creep himself.
Oh, yeah, no, even to this day, I feel no sympathy for the father.
Yeah, no. And I love Tom Atkins in almost everything he is, but here he is just a complete dickhead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Before we get too far into it, it's the thing I have to say about Creepshow is that I'm actually not a huge fan of anthology movies.
They're an acquired
This
taste.
movie makes me like anthology movies because it's that well done.
Yeah, like this is also the movie that gave me a real like taste for me to just find out anthology movies, because I have a really soft spot for anthology movies. If they're good or shitty, I usually find a way to enjoy myself with them. So like I can enjoy like something like on the very one end of the spectrum as Creepshow, and I can even get some enjoyment out of certain segments from something like VHS.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, anthologies just, they always itch a certain, like they always scratch a certain itch for me that is just like, yes, I need
That's
something
what
of
she
this in
said.
my life. God damn it.
Oh, God. So...
I can sense a pattern already coming.
We got tickles and itches, things that need to be scratched.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Honestly, at some point, I don't know if Varren's going to want in on that. I know Xeiren's clearly not going to want to because she's already explained she doesn't like the anthologies. I know at some point I'm going to get Roy together to cover VHS.
I've seen VHS, so I'm up for watching. So I'm up for going on that episode.
I've actually been meaning to watch VHS.
I have all three of them for us to watch, but
yeah, I've only seen the first.
I don't know if you could convince me to watch the sequels, but I'll watch the first one just to give it a shot.
The thing is,
And then
while
we'll
the
see where
third one is, the second one actually, I like the segments. The second one actually still has some decent segments. The third one is where everything went completely downhill.
Oh, great. Yeah, I've only seen the first VHS, and like it has some great segments. It has some segments that I just go, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And the wraparound is also just not great.
Like, I think there's like maybe one segment in 3, if I'm thinking of that as the right one. Which
That's
is the
viral, I think.
Yeah, which I think it is the segment where they, about the crossing dimensions.
That sounds interesting.
And crosses into a dimension where satanic rituals are the norm.
I think I've heard of this segment from a review I saw back in the day, but yeah, again, I've only seen the first VHS, so
yeah, the shit that's going on in that segment is what the fuck.
But yeah, no, I'll say in advance, like if you want to do like the VHS movies, you can sign me on for those.
All right, yeah, we'll definitely have to.
But the grander question must be asked: did they cross the streams?
Actually, yes. This was that was a fucked up segment. But back to Creepshow.
Back to Creepshow, exactly.
Yeah, this
think
is the
maybe
wholesome
it's
fucked up. So.
Well, versus giving everything away, because let's be fair. Like, this is a rather popular movie, but it's still a cult movie. Let's be fair.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
plenty a horror fan who's never seen Creepshow.
Yeah, I had a
It
friend...
kind of like has its own sort of cult fan base.
Yes.
I mean,
yeah,
hell, like I showed you that movie for the first time last year, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause-
and I have a friend who watched it, who I had to make watch it because he was like, "What's Creepshow?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, you don't know Creepshow?" He's like, "Yeah," I'm like, "But you know all these other Stephen King films." And he's like, "Yeah, I never got around to it." We got into segment 2, and he was already falling asleep.
Rude.
Yeah,
Rude.
oh, I was pissed.
Well, the thing is like I grew up, with Are You Afraid of the Dark and Tales from the Crypt. I was a little too old for Goosebumps, but it's like Creepshow kind of falls into that same entertainment category, although it's much more adult than anything else I previously mentioned.
oh,
And
yeah,
so
very.
I feel like that's why I latched onto it the way that I did when you showed it to me, because I'm super late to this one. Like, I should have no excuse. I was alive and experiencing the fullness of my childhood when this movie came out. I should have seen this when I was younger, but damn it, my stepmom had the remote. Like, I should be the one introducing it to you two youngins, but oh no, it went the other way around.
Oh, Mom
So,
introduced me to this one. My mom was cool when it came to that.
Well, and there is sort of a, more light-hearted, cartoony aspect to Creepshow, but that's just bringing the comic book element into it for aesthetics.
it definitely has fun with itself.
Oh, the gels, the color tones, everything. Like,
Oh yeah.
oh god, it's great.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
always
guess-
so good to see.
I guess probably the way to go about this in the most podcast efficient manner would just be to talk about our favorite segments
Oh yeah.
from each.
The Lonesome
yeah,
Death.
Oh, you the Lonesome Death of Jerry Virgil,
Jordy Verrill.
Jordy Verrill, yeah. That one is pretty damn great. Just
Meteor shit.
meteor shit.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
King. Yes, starring the great Stephen King himself. He actually played the character.
And he plays it completely coked out of his mind.
Well, yeah, which apparently they were supposed to do so much more with that character, but the prosthetics weren't working on him.
Oh.
They tried to, they were gonna have his eyes turn like a monstrous green, but the contacts wouldn't stay in.
Mm.
They tried a lot of other stuff, like other effects that were going to go on him, but the glue wouldn't stick to his face. And eventually they got what they did. I think even that they were having trouble keeping it on him. So, it just didn't want to work.
Yeah, that's the thing about special effects makeup is that, especially back when they were really still trying to perfect it, and let's face it, they still are.
Mhm.
Between people's allergies, how oily or dry their skin is, just awkward skeletal structure and how the prosthetics were made. There's all sorts of shit that can go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're Jeffrey Combs, and every kind of prosthetic can be applied to you.
Yeah, pretty much. But
Well, Jeffrey Combs is a lesser demon. He can do anything he wants and still look human.
True.
Sorta.
But yeah, Lonesome Death is fantastic. Although I have to say it is almost a tie because I absolutely love The Crate.
The Crate is also damn great, just for the creature in and of itself.
The creature, just how much you hate
of
his wife.
Yeah, and for me that's really sad because I have the biggest soft spot for Adrienne Barbeau, and seeing her act like this, I'm just like, no, you're breaking my heart.
Yeah, a lot of people felt that way, but damn it, she was good at it. So, but yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with Lonesome Death because I gotta give some love to King himself.
Hmm. For me, my favorite segment was Something to Tide You Over.
That is a good one.
Because
The late great Leslie Nielsen.
evil Leslie Nielsen is just a glory to watch.
And you think
He
he was
is-
evil there? You should have seen him on the set.
Okay.
He had outside of the scenes where he was recording, like when he was actually, and he would get chills down people's spines when they would see him go evil for it. But then he'd turn around, like when he was like off camera, and he had this little keychain fart noise machine that he was using on people. They went out to a restaurant, and he waited. He's like, hey, watch this, and he waited until like the couple across from him and like his group at the table were like all comfortable and everything, and then did that. Like, God damn it, Nielsen, damn it.
I can definitely see him doing that. Yeah, no, it's funny because most of us would probably know Leslie Nielsen best for his comedy roles, but like before that, he was actually a very serious actor, like doing like drama shit and all that. And then seeing him act as evil as he does in this segment, I'm just like, oh my god, I want more of this.
And Ted
Give me
Danson
more.
is good in this scene, in this episode, in this part too.
Oh yeah, exactly. Ted Danson, like everyone just knows him the Cheers guy, but like here he's also just playing really well off of fucking Leslie Nielsen, going full sadist.
Cheers and lately The Good Place. Like,
Gee, it's like some actors should not be defined by their most lucrative projects.
oh well,
Exactly.
yeah, exactly.
And I only make that snarky remark the way I do right now because basically he stole mine. That was the one I.
We can share. We can share.
We'll have to talk about the other segments, but go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, no, like, okay, so I will admit this was not my first time seeing Leslie Nielsen in a serious role, because I saw Forbidden Planet.
Ah, yes,
Yeah.
Forbidden Planet.
True.
It took me a hot minute to realize that was Leslie Nielsen, because he was so young, but I'm like, why do I know that voice? Why do I know that voice? Ooh, shit. That's Dracula dead and loving it.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, that was my first Leslie Nielsen film.
Oh, honey, no.
No.
Oh, yes. I was that child.
Apparently.
Well, but then again, like, I loved the play, Seven Brides for Dracula. So, like, it was totally funny for me as a theater kid.
Okay, then.
So it was a little more like, tee-hee, this is making fun of Bram Stoker's and Seven Brides for Dracula. This is funny.
Okay, I can see that.
So, no. I've watched many a Leslie Nielsen flick since then. That was just my first introduction to him, which honestly isn't that bad if you're just, like, looking for an introduction to Leslie Nielsen and his silliness. Although I will fully admit the Naked Gun films were much, much better.
Oh, yeah.
And let's not forget Airplane.
Still haven't watched that one in its entirety.
Good luck, gentlemen. We're all counting on you.
Counting on you.
No pressure.
I am serious. Don't call me Shirley.
Shirley, you can't be serious.
I am serious. And you can't. Don't call me Shirley. Yeah.
Oh my god. So, like, there's a big difference for me, at least, seeing Leslie Nielsen funny versus Leslie Nielsen serious, a la Forbidden Planet. And then there's him being flat out terrifying.
Oh yeah, he is just flat out a
plays-
sociopath in this.
Well, beyond that, like he's clearly got sociopathic tendencies, but he's expressing pure psychotic behavior.
Oh yeah.
He's showing off, clinical psychopathy, like, to the T. And I'm just sitting here going, like, this is getting really uncomfortable because, like, before it's just like, oh yeah, he was that uncle that used to do movies back in the day, and then he made funny movies to make all his like grandkids and nieces and nephews laugh, and now it's like, oh god. Look at this. It's about as terrifying as finding out your grandma did porn.
Well, that's terrifying in a whole nother way, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's just like finding out back in the day your grandma was a centerfold. It's like, huh?
Yeah.
Huh? What am I watching?
Although I don't think he will vomit from Leslie Nielsen, but okay.
Well, no, I mean, back in the day, people are very familiar with my thing for old man Sean Connery. So let's just say old man Leslie Nielsen was not off the books back when he was alive. Although I did tend to prefer the old men with facial hair versus not, but Leslie Nielsen was an exception.
But yeah, and what also really sets this part for me was the payoff at the end of the segment was just so perfect.
So freaking.
I can hold my breath for a long time. And if you want to know what the context had in, just watch it.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, this is definitely one of those films we're going to cover where I'm going to be like, watch it. Watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it. If you have any appreciation for horror movies, especially 80s horror movies, watch this one. Just watch it. It's required reading, ladies and my students.
My children.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Come on! If you're gonna go full horror host, just go completely lay in it.
True. It's just anytime I mention anything as being my children, like it just makes my pussy clench.
And with that,
let's move on to another segment.
why not?
Come on! It's that's the equivalent of telling like a joke where someone gets kicked in the balls and every man grabs their nuts. Okay, it's really not that vulgar.
It made me clench there a little bit.
Exactly.
Well, the first segment, Father's Day. Let's talk about that one for a little bit.
Oh, that one is great. Like that one sets the tone for the rest of these.
Definitely, and I think also from what I remember, Father's Day, took the most advantage of the comic book aesthetic.
Oh, it did because it did the panels.
Yeah, it did the panels in that one flashback they did, and the reaction shots. It definitely really took that's when you immediately get the tone set of just how comic booky this movie will be.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, no, this was, even the effects, honestly, I really liked them.
Oh, yeah, that makeup on the skeleton.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that was great. Just the head on the platter, that was great.
I finally got my cake.
I finally got my cake. Ooh, I sent a chill down my own spine. It helps I've been coughing a lot. My voice is raspy enough for that.
I'm just listening to you guys out of the context in the film, and all I can think of is, the colloquial version of cake, and I'm just imagining him just buried in some booty.
I mean, don't we all want to be?
This could be one of those episodes, isn't it?
I'm sorry. You caught me in a weird mood today.
No shit.
Today?
Hey. Hey.
But yeah, no, oh my god. Yeah, that gravelly voice,
And also, it's just great to see This is also a segment just like, yeah, no, like most of the characters here are assholes. Just let's see them die.
That's basically what it comes down to there. It's like, yeah, no, not one of these people are good people. So let's just see what happens.
Which, again, is a very big staple of the EC comics and anthology movies in general.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because everybody has that movie where they talk about, oh my god, these characters are the worst people. These characters are the worst people. Every time somebody mentions that now, it's like, oh, these characters are the worst people. I'm like, you've never seen this segment from Creepshow, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
but here's also
these are literally the worst characters ever.
Yeah. And that's also the thing I find, like, if you deliberately write a character to just be annoying or just completely making you go, I don't want to see you ever again, then make it so that it's in just an anthology segment. If you make a whole movie around that, that makes it more intolerable for me.
Yeah.
Like at least with this, we know that something will happen to these guys, and it will not happen too far off. So at least there's going to be a good payoff soon.
Yeah.
Compared to like some modern, like some slasher movies from like the 2000s and all that, where just like I have to sit with these characters for an hour and a half. No, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. No. This.
So we've discussed at least a little bit about each segment so far.
Nope, we forgot one. There's still one.
Except for they're creeping up on you.
They're creeping up on you.
Ugh, don't do that so close to the microphone.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Ugh. And people think my ASMR gives them shivers.
And that's the exact feeling you will have when you're watching this segment, if you have a big fear of roaches.
Oh yeah, there was a whole lot in this part that was just like,
Yeah.
how'd they get their hands on that many bugs?
How many of them will? And I can already suspect that a lot of those roaches escaped.
Oh, a lot of those roaches are still on that set to this day.
Oh dear.
Because as soon as they did that whole thing where they like let them loose like that, yeah, no, they never found them again.
It's the same
people
story
are
as what happens when it's the same story that happened with the fucking Temple of Doom insect room.
Yeah. Basically what happened is like, yeah, there's people who took home props and stuff, and they were still like reporting finding roaches in them.
Oh god. Yeah, no, like definitely this segment was a whole lot of icky. Like every time you see something happening with the roaches, and then especially at the end, you just go, ugh. It's like not clean, unclean.
Tell me about it. Even the dog was freaking out.
That's my only synopsis of this one.
Oh yeah, no, it makes me very uncomfortable. I'm not like the biggest one who is like a fear of roaches or anything like that. I just like, I know where, and I know people say, roaches are only as dirty as their environment. I'm like, yes, and they're on our Earth. So, enough said. I don't want them anywhere near me.
Oh, they're on our Earth. What do you want them? Bred in the vacuum of outer space?
Yes, and I'm sure of that, and I'm sure they find a way to survive.
Moon.
I could see that. I could see a bunch of roaches just in the vacuum of space, and just still alive.
And then we get an invasion of space roaches.
Yeah, just get space roaches at that point.
All hail our new cockroach overlords.
So, bottom line, people, while we didn't like go into too much detail about each of these segments,
You should go watch the movie yourself.
you should go watch it yourself. It's easy to find just about anywhere.
In fact, we will leave the epilogue completely a mystery.
Oh, yeah, no. We are not spoiling that at all. But yeah, check that out. Fantastic soundtrack. Visuals, effects, everything was just amazing in this film. The acting.
This movie was definitely done with love.
Well, and every segment was written by King himself.
Yeah, back when he was still drinking and doing cocaine and writing good shit.
He joined up with Romero, and Romero was like, okay, let's do this, but we need scripts for this. It's like, we need 5 segments. And King's like, I got you covered. Just give me, I think he said, give me 30 days. So, end of 30 days, he drops a complete, he disappears for like 30 days, comes back, drops the complete script.
And he's slightly jittery with a white nose.
Yeah, pretty much. Although I will share this fun fact. The kid, for those who don't know, the kid in the very first segment is Stephen King's kid.
Oh.
That's Joe King.
Of course.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah, so he changed his name to Joe Hill. But, his father named him Joe King. Because it was just so he could be like, oh, I'm just joking.
And Xeiren broke.
Yeah. I have to praise King for that, but at the same time, I have to say you, sir, are an ass.
A little bit, yeah.
A brilliant ass. Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
But yeah, even like at that age, you could see like when you say this, like, yeah, no, only like his own son would match Stephen King's own over-the-top acting.
Oh yeah,
especially in that ending.
Yeah. So I guess we should just go ahead and wrap this up. Bottom line, check this film out. With that said, Xeiren, where can people find you?
On Twitter, on my other channels on YouTube. Links will be down below.
Excellent. Varren?
You can find me over at twitch.tv/VarrenKimmel, where every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 p.m. Central European Time, we play all kinds of games. On Mondays, it will be RPGs. On Wednesdays, it'll be usually strategy or shooter games. And on Friday, I play whatever the fuck I find.
Right
and
now,
you can also find... Right now, there's a lot of Darksiders at this point of recording. But you can also find me over on Twitter, where it's also just at VarrenKimmel, and on YouTube is also VarrenKimmel, where you'll find some VODs on my channels, and certain compilations.
Mostly of you and me dicking around in WoW.
True. And the compilation is mostly you just being redonkulous.
I've heard the stories.
Oh, which means you haven't watched the videos.
No, I haven't had the chance to. I haven't had the chance to.
Well, you are mentioned in one segment.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You snitch!
Okay. And of course, you can find me here on YouTube at Wolfsden Productions. You can also find me on Twitch, Wolfsden5, which we really need to change that to 6 at some point. I'll get to it.
It's okay, we just keep the dock locked in the basement.
Yeah, true. And that's about it. All social media links at the end. Until next time, everybody, keep watching horror films. Keep watching good horror films, especially like this. Man, more of these need more recognition.
Yeah, considering what's coming up for you guys in February/April, you should really stop touting the whole good horror movies thing. Oh yeah, people, be aware of the month of April.
I'm gonna suffer so hard.
Till next time, everybody. Creep it real. Good night. No, what the fuck was that?
It's an owl. It's an owl.
Good night.
want to go back to my room.
Why?
I'm very confused. I just need a chance to think things over.
You've had your whole fucking life to think things over. What good's a few minutes more gonna do you now?
Stay away from me. Please. Don't hurt me.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
Stay away from me.
Wendy,
Stay away.
darling, light of my life. I'm not gonna hurt you. You didn't let me finish my sentence. I said, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains in. I'm gonna bash them right the fuck in.
Stay away from me. Don't hurt me.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
Stay away from me. Stay away. Please.
Stop swinging the bat.
Stay away.
Put the bat down, Wendy.
Stop it.
Wendy, give me the bat.
Please. Stay away.
Give me the bat.
Stop it.
Give me the bat.
Stay away.
Stop swinging the bat.
Please stop.
Give me the bat.
Stay away.
Wendy,
Stay.
give me the bat. Give me the bat. Oh, God damn!
You're tuned in to the Wolf's Den podcast, and welcome back to Late to the Murder Party. And welcome back to the month of terror.
Meh.
No meh.
Everyone's a critic. Anyways, today we are covering, well, one that I'd been kicking for a while, actually, when we decided that we weren't going to just cover stuff that we hadn't seen, but that stuff that maybe others haven't gotten around to yet. So, we are, of course, covering the classic Kubrick film, The Shining. With me, yes, with me, apparently having my type of reaction to most things, is the lovely Xeiren.
Hi.
The equally as lovely Graveturtle.
Hello.
Which works, because we have a ghost here for our ghost story. Varren Kimbold.
No TV and no beer make Homer go something, something.
Oh, God.
Yes! God, that was my favorite parody.
Oh, my God.
And the chaotic Doc himself.
God damn it, Varren stole my joke.
Don't mind if I do. Oh, God. Give me that. Come on. Give me that. Scaredy cat. I've seen that too many fucking times.
Oh, it was one of the best Treehouse of Horror episodes ever.
Oh, God,
Yeah,
in
but-
general,
With-
the entire thing, there's nothing wrong with that episode. Other than
It
how
was
fucking
one
creepy
of
the
the-
Inside Out is.
Yeah. It was just one of those ones that was just freaking perfect. And honestly, I feel the fact that they parodied The Shining was just the bulk of what made that so good.
Mm-hmm.
Although my favorite
It's
underrated
so
joke from
freaking
that
good.
one is like during the multiple times they have to go back for stuff, and then suddenly, Dad, we forgot Grandpa. Dad,
What
Dad,
about Grandpa?
just keep driving.
Yeah.
No, before reading the movie, my favorite is TV, teacher, mother, secret lover.
Urge to kill. Fading. 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 Rising?
Hey.
Gone. Oh my God. Yeah, so let's get into this proper. The Shining. Oh, man.
And I remember the conversation that made us go, wait, we're going to have to do this. We were having, it's one of those things that we should have been recording for an episode, but we were all going around going like, oh, that the whole thing, if you're on a desert island, you can only take one movie with you. And the means to play it, what would it be? And everybody was, rattling off all sorts of genres, everything. And the one that I said was The Shining, and all of you kind of went, what?
I mean, it is. You're stuck on a desert island, and the movie you want to take with you is what happens when cabin fever goes wrong.
True. Very true. And I realized just how creepy that is.
That's brilliant.
And we're covering this at a time when we're all suffering from cabin fever.
Yeah.
Hey, pandemic.
And so the reason I said that, though, was, and it made total sense to Ookami at the time, is this is such a work of love and detail that every time I watch it, I see some new little thing that I never saw before.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I'm aware of the documentary thing of the 237 and
you see in this shot the Indian.
Shush you!
We're not going to talk conspiracy theories.
But then in this shot, it's posed the other way. So clearly, this means
like I don't go into conspiracy theory territory with these details. However, the fact that there's so many intricacies in it just makes me go. There's not a single thing in any single shot that wasn't thought out deliberately, and I just love that attention to detail.
To the point where he drove his actors fucking insane, but that's another story.
To be fair, Shelley Duvall was just too pretty when she was scared.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to exhaust her to make her look like she was actually scared.
Granted, it's not the. I argue that's not the worst actress director relationship. I'm looking at you, Kubrick. Oh, I'm looking at you, Hitchcock. Man, I'm tired.
Take some time. Get your thoughts together, Jack.
A little dead tonight, isn't it?
For those of you who don't know, and if you don't, what rock have you been living under? I really shouldn't say that. This is an older movie, and a lot of people probably don't know it. But yeah, basically,
honestly, no.
This.
Because it's that ingrained into the pop culture.
They don't know the movie, but they know moments.
Okay, fair.
A recovering alcoholic, Jack Torrance, decides to take a job where he and his family are going to be the winter caretakers of a hotel up in the middle of the mountains, and I believe it's Wyoming or Colorado.
Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado.
I'm surprised it wasn't Maine.
Well, that's the thing about this book. It's about the book and it being a Stephen King story and everything. Everything about it is very different from his overall oeuvre, if you will.
Well, that's maybe because Writing was one of his earliest books. Like, I think it was like his second or third book after, like, Carrie. So, it's very much still Stephen King trying to find his style, and that was before we found all the tropes of Stephen King books, like Maine and Psychic Kicks for some reason, and Recovering Alcoholics.
What are you talking about? There is a psychic kid in this.
Yeah.
No, what I mean is, this is before that came a trope.
Fair enough.
This is before it became a trope that we all know Stephen King for.
Yeah.
Like,
but basically, when it comes to the location, it's a lot of the stuff revolving around Jack, the father, is about not dealing with recovery very well. The man's got fucking anger issues, and the whole experience of going through recovery, especially when you have a family around you that isn't going through similar struggles, can feel like the most isolating feeling in the world. So what better way to deal with that than, take your family up in the most isolating place in the world to live out like 6 months of snow where nobody can get up the frickin' mountain.
Yeah, it's also heavily implied, I remember from both the book and this movie, that Jack has quit cold turkey. Like, there's no recovery, no real, like, AA, although that is slightly in the book. It's very heavily implied that he quit cold turkey. So at that plus recovery plus his family, no alcohol and no people make Jack go cuckoo.
Yeah.
Not the right quote, but you get my point.
Yeah. And
makes Jack once again fly over the cuckoo's nest.
This doesn't end in lobotomy this time.
And so this might be actually a foreign concept to some people. When it comes to certain hotels and certain locations, especially back in the day, yet they were seasonal. Like, the snow would get so bad that nobody can get up the road or down the road. So there's literally parts of, the American, countryside, especially in the western half and in the eastern half. Not so much right down the middle, but you get my point. Where where the weather becomes so bad that certain parts of the country are just uninhabitable.
It's
completely.
It's mainly both that weird section of both coasts where it's both mountainous and coastal. So you have those two combinations, and it makes it very much almost insanely uninhabitable.
And so people would go to these places during like the summer months because it's so much cooler up there. Like, you got a nice breeze, the temperatures aren't oppressively hot, but it would only be a summertime location. But you got to have people making sure that, pipes don't seize up, and in this case, the boiler doesn't explode, and a bunch of other things, maintenance-wise, stay good at these locations. So often they would hire just a minimal staff to basically wait out the winter in these places on survival mode, and you would get paid damn good money to do so. Like, I was so obsessed with this movie at one point, I went back and actually looked at like old records and stuff of like what Jack's salary would have been for taking on a job like this. But back oh god, was it 81 when this movie was released?
It was 1980.
It was 1980 on the dot. Yeah.
Yeah.
80 on the dot. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's like you can look at records from like the mid 70s to the mid 80s and see what kind of like money Jack would have been making. It would have been about almost the equivalent of almost 2 years worth of pay at any other menial job he could have been doing.
That and all the Oreos he could ever eat.
Yeah, like all the food is free. Everything in the hotel is just at their disposal, just ready to go. And all they got to do is just hang out there and make sure nothing blows up.
We got 12 lamb leg. We got 20 chickens. We got 40 pounds of hamburger meat.
You gotta love Scatman Crothers.
Oh my god. And so they get up there, they get introduced to the place, by Scatman Crothers, which
you want some ice cream, Doc?
So much charm, so much sweet energy coming off that man.
Yeah,
and
because Scatman Crothers, I believe, was an old actor at this point. Like, he had been, I think he was.
Yeah, he was 68 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it was in movies with Shirley Temple at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like he kind of exudes that charm of like old Hollywood kind of old Hollywood family actor.
Yeah, and
Well,
funny enough, he was cast into the movie because he was friends with Nicholson at the time, and he convinced Nicholson to talk to Kubrick to put a good word in for him.
Damn.
Well, and the thing about that particular character is not only does he introduce this whole supernatural element of the fact that Danny is psychic, they call it the Shining, and all of these things in a very like gentle and very believable way. Because they just kind of ease you into that being a reality, which is very odd for a movie like this. Like, typically, like, that's the secret thing. And it's just like, no, they just go, no, this kid's got a supernatural talent, and we're just going to ease you into that idea. And now it's just part of the reality, the fabric of it, part of the reality fabric here.
Yeah, first, like, getting the nickname exactly right, then the little convo in the head, and then the actual full-on explanation at the table.
Yeah.
Which, funny enough, like it is kind of funny knowing what would happen to the character of Danny in the sequel book, like calling him Doc.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it kind of was foreshadowing, I think. But like,
well, the thing was Stephen King did not go back and write Doctor Sleep for many years after he dealt with The Shining, and
even the end of the book, that's the thing. Like, a lot of people kind of forget about that. The end of the Shining book does kind of set that up, because it explains, oh yeah, no, that person that he's talking to, that seems to talk through him, he's actually talking to his future self, who is trying to keep him from like repeating some of these events.
Yeah,
like, that I guess went wrong at the time.
Tony, the imaginary man that lives in Danny's finger, is actually Danny from the future.
Yeah.
Something giant turtle, dark tower. I don't know.
Stop.
Let's not get into that shit.
What about turtles? What are you saying?
Grave, don't. We're not getting into that yet. Wait till we get to it.
Eventually.
I don't. Honestly, I don't know if we'll ever get around to it. That would be like a 5-episode walkthrough of hell.
Yeah.
Sewer orgies. Anyway.
Oh, God.
But yeah, the best thing, in my opinion, with this particular interpretation of it is that after they get up there and they're all shut up, and you now know that, Danny's got this power, and, Jack is not doing good with his recovery. And there's just so much pressure on everyone to make this succeed. Jack starts to see ghosts. Now, in the book and in the Shining miniseries, which does have its good points, people want to debate me that on Twitter, they fucking can. But
it does have its good points. The problem is that it doesn't read as well on screen to see these things as it does to actually read these things in a book.
Yeah.
Hi, hedge monsters.
Those were never going to look good.
Or killer fire hose.
Oh my god. Shush, you guys. Stop.
But no, I don't have that big a problem with the miniseries. I do find it boring because of that fact that he took it word for word and tried to play it out just like a book. The problem is you can write these things in a book, especially the way the lines are said, and they make more sense in a book than they do when somebody's speaking
It's an
out loud.
example. It's an example of poor adaptation.
Yeah.
And what's terrible is that Kubrick's version is an example of amazing adaptation, which just,
although ironically, it's
by comparison, these two things just are unfairly pitted against each other all the time.
Funny
anyway,
we say amazing adaptation, but we can get into that later. The author of this, good old Stephen King, hated one particular aspect of the Kubrick version that he loves in the miniseries version, but we can get onto that later.
But so Jack starts to see ghosts. First, it's the bartender. And then, sure enough, he starts seeing the hotel full of guests. Now, here's something that upon repeated watchings of it that I've become wholly convinced of, is that there are no ghosts. At least none of the ghosts that Jack sees are actually there.
Oh, it's
You
really
believe it?
nuts.
Missions.
I think that's his brain playing tricks on him.
It is.
I think that the twins are there. And I think that when it comes to when Shelley sees all the skeletons at the end of the movie, that's just her freaking out because, well, her husband's trying to kill her at that point.
Let's not forget a boy and his dog.
Yeah, I was about to say that's some shit to say.
Oh, that is so ill explained, and that is the one like kick in the knee I give Kubrick every time I watch this movie. But we'll get to that in a second.
Although funny enough, you say something about skeletons at the end. It was not in the version that I saw, but okay.
Well, there's one point where Shelley's running away from Jack, and she's in the big dance hall where the bar is that Jack's hanging out in all the time, and she sees like all these like skeletons standing around and sitting in the like lounge seats and everything, and she freaks out.
Yeah, it's a very brief scene.
Very, very brief. But because all she sees is skeletons and not the actual ghostly visages that Jack was seeing, I've always just interpreted that as, well, her husband's chasing her down trying to kill her. She's literally seeing death everywhere at this point.
So then, what are your thoughts when it comes to the woman in the other room then?
I feel like if there is any like pure manifestation of actual spiritual evil going on, that the room 237 with that particular entity, that's the epicenter. And again, I just think Jack isn't seeing the actual ghost. I think Danny is.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because you have the scene where Jack, where he sees her, the woman, as a beautiful woman first, then he sees the decaying corpse of Mrs. Grady.
And this is also one of those weird theories that I like, but I do see a lot of holes in it, is that because we realize over time that Danny's powers are not just limited to, seeing the future or reading minds and things like that, that he can actually manipulate and send out like signals across thousands of miles. Like, he's just so insanely powerful.
And making his cheeks very, very poofy.
Yeah. and all of these things. What I honestly feel is happening is as his father's mind is sobering up, and now they're trapped in isolation together, that Danny's expanding powers are actually the thing that's driving Jack crazy.
I could actually see that.
I can as well, yeah.
Honestly, I think
it's psychic backlash, basically.
Basically, it's psychic. Yeah, it's psychic backlash. Like, there is stuff in the hotel, and it's obviously scaring the piss out of Danny. But everything that's bothering Danny is now being amplified and then being thrust upon his father's Swiss cheese, brain in this isolated area.
Well, that's an interesting interpretation. I don't know about that.
I have mixed feelings about it too.
Yeah, there's again, this is just one of those things where it's like, when I watch the movie now, I try to look at it from all these different angles, because it's like, yeah, once they wrote Dr. Sleep, it kind of broke a lot of people's theories
Yeah.
on the book and the movie and the series and all that stuff, because it's like no, there's actual ghosts there, and yes, the hotel's malevolent, but it was just always fun to go and watch these movies and look at it from all these different angles, because when it comes right down to it, Kubrick really didn't care all that much about the integrity of the source material. He just wanted to make something that was genuinely scary, and you can tell where he left parts open for insane amounts of interpretation.
Yeah, definitely.
And so
It's
people
still kind of funny because he made an exemplary adaptation of A Clockwork Orange. Before that follows the book very closely.
yes.
Yeah.
But then again, like, Kubrick was just kind of known for picking something up and then going, okay, I like this, but I want this to be the framework for a bunch of ideas I'm having.
I think he was more concerned about making a good movie rather than making loyal adaptations.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes that meant making a loyal adaptation, and other times that meant diverging from it.
Which is
Big
funny,
time.
because I think, like, he's one of the few examples of people who, this day and age, would still get away with that. Because these days, we really give backlash to people who try to adapt something and try to make it their own. It's like, no, we want to see you actually adapt it. But Kubrick did that, and I think the real reason he gets away with that and doesn't get, like, you know, a lot of backlash for that these days is because he still made good films.
Well, he also, for the most part, remained, you know, true to the spirit of the source material, even when he was diverging from it. And I think that's the thing that people are most protective of when it comes to, like, movies made out of things that they love.
Mm-hmm.
They want to see the things that they love about the source material reflected in the movie, and they want to see the spirit of the source material reflected in the movie.
Yeah, that.
And a lot of recent adaptations that have been done of things, they haven't always remained true to that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you'll always have the people who, like, you know, rivet count and nitpick, you know, things here and there, but I think, you know, like, that's kind of what the majority of fans want to see, is they want to see something that's true to the spirit of it. And I do think, for the most part, this film remained true to the spirit of its source material.
Yeah, and although there is one aspect of it that a lot of people could argue, including King himself, was not true to the source. Do you know what that is?
Just say it.
Just say it, dude.
Jack.
Oh, yeah. No, Kubrick did not give two shits about Jack's portrayal. And weirdly enough, while Danny is the main focus in the books and both interpretations of said books, in The Shining, as the book, like, Jack is basically, it's a redemption story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's Stephen King working through his issues.
Yeah, and Kubrick decided to be like, I'm not going to have this, you know, addict go on a journey of, you know, redemption for all the shitty things he did as an addict, because it's too heroic of an ending. I want people leaving the theater, you know, chilled to the bone, thinking that anything could happen at any moment. And so that's why the ending of Kubrick's film is so freaking different, because he just wanted to leave the audience with that level of unease. Whereas at the end, well, and this also leads to one of my favorite things about the Kubrick film, because Scatman's character, I'm blanking on the name of his character right now.
I know it's Dick Halloran. Dick Halloran.
Yeah, Dick Halloran.
Yeah.
The characters that just gets absolutely screwed. He's the only person who gets screwed over even more than Jack does in the Kubrick film, because in the book, Halloran gets Danny's signal, comes up, saves him and his mom, and that, and gets them out of there as Jack decides to let the, boiler go and, die in the process, making sure that, most of the hotel wind up destroyed and that he dies in the process because of all the little minutia reasons that I'm not going to go into right now. If you want to know, read the fucking book.
Yeah.
But it was like, it's one of those examples in films where it's like the ultimate troll moment before the internet existed.
Yeah.
Because a bunch of people are coming in, a bunch of the fans, because the book was insanely popular.
Mm-hmm.
Insanely popular at that time. And so a bunch of people are coming in, they're like, yeah, Dick's showing up into the hotel, and, Danny and his mom are going to make it out, and they're going to do this and they're going to do that. And then literally from just off screen, here comes Jack with an axe, takes down Dick as soon as he gets in the hotel.
Yeah.
And that was the moment everybody and the thing is that Kubrick knew this. So he left everybody going like, yeah, I know what's going to happen. Poof. And this is like, oh, fuck, we really don't know what's going to happen now.
Yep.
And that's when everything takes a shift for the worse. And that was the first step in the ending to completely divert the ending. And honestly, I think, therefore, the meaning of the story. But then again, you have to ask yourself this question. What is the spirit of the story? Is it Jack's redemption arc? Or is it the terrifying nature of the hotel? Or is it, Danny's, growth through tragedy? Is it, the absolute strength that Danny's mom portrays in basically taking care of everything at the hotel, including her husband, who's supposed to be the caretaker of the hotel? Which is one of those things that the more I watch that film, the more angry I get, because it's like, what do you really see Jack doing ever?
Typing.
Writing and drinking.
Just
you
typing.
see him typing. You see him typing for his story. You see him throwing a ball around, staring out windows, lounging around in bed. Meanwhile, there's all these long takes of her with a food cart, her in the kitchen, her making sure the radios still work, and
Making
everything.
Sure the boiler was working.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was the one making the boiler, yeah.
Every time I watch that movie now, I just get so pissed at Jack. I'm like, you useless loaf of a man. Just fuck you. Fuck you. And so in a lot of ways, and not only that, like, if you've ever seen the book The Shining, that thing's a goddamn doorstop.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite
Like,
doorstops. I actually have it.
Like, even in paperback form, that thing is hefty. The only thing that outshines it, I did not intend on that. Like, the only thing that outshines it in thickness is copies of Akira, because every volume is slightly thicker than a copy of The Shining.
Well, if you want to,
every time one of those books is printed, they kill a redwood.
Yeah.
If you want to go with an example of Stephen King's work that is thicker, it is thicker, but even thicker than those is The Stand.
Fair enough.
And The Stand has an even thicker version of its thick self.
All the thickness.
Yeah, which adds more into it.
I like my books how I like my women. Thick.
I will give mention to that joke. Copy Stephen King's The Stand, helping children reach the top shelf since whatever fucking date that was.
That was a mid-90s King affair, but I could be wrong.
But then again, it's like with books that thick and that dense with lore and detail and story, it's like there's so much, like, the spirit of The Shining it's a very meaty subject. And so it stays true to the spirit of the book up until a point, and then does its own thing. And the thing was, back then, like there was some fan outrage about it, but it was done so well that people are like, well, I can see why he wanted to do his own thing.
I can kind of make like the little analogy here with something like Dune, which also has like so much shit in just like one book that you just cannot put into just one movie.
Yeah, it's just that the other adaptation didn't happen because it would have had the second coming of Christ, apparently.
But yeah, just again, there was so many ways people could take that movie, and one of these days I will get around to watching 237, although I've heard it's a bloated piece of conspiracy theory crap.
I once watched half an hour of it and I had to bow out because I was like, this is just too much.
Yeah, same.
I mean, I do enjoy, watching the conspiracy theory crazy people just kind of go nuts and then just laugh at most of their assumptions about things. So I think at some point I will.
I mean, if you want to hear to a long-winded explanation of how this movie proves that Stanley Kubrick faked the moon landing, then sure, but...
Oh, you know what? But you know what, though? When I hear, especially when I hear that aspect, like, there are so many videos just out there on YouTube focusing on one particular theory or another about the film that I just go, I've probably seen that documentary, but better in like multiple segments over the course of years. Just because there is a huge community on YouTube that's out there just to dissect The Shining. And while I will say it is kind of odd that of all things, like, he would be wearing a hand-knit Apollo sweater in that moment, like, I don't think it's a confession of faking the moon landing, guys. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Like, that's cute, but come on. I think you've smoked one too many joints today.
You need to loosen up the tin hats just a little bit. Let your brain breathe.
But yeah, so basically, when it comes down to the ending of this, I couldn't really tell you which ending I prefer from all of the different tellings of this story, but there is something particularly unsettling about just ending on Jack sitting alone, frozen.
Yeah.
In the elements.
And then panning over to the photo in the hotel,
to see him frozen in time.
And funny enough, apparently that picture is a genuine picture from the 1920s where they just airbrushed his face over it.
Yeah, I've heard.
Well,
yeah.
It wasn't an airbrushing job necessarily. Basically, they did take a picture of him like in a suit and everything. They used a couple of different ways to blend him into that picture. It wasn't just airbrushing because, oh god, that would have been so hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can actually.
I'm sure they did more.
You can actually find the original picture that doesn't have Jack in it on the internet. And it's so weird to find it and not see his face if you're a fan of this movie. Because you're just like, where is he? Where'd he go? Oh fuck, he escaped.
I can get you.
You get back in that photo.
No, I'm just wondering if somebody has like an actual miniature of the hedge maze somewhere.
I'm sure someone does.
Oh,
I would not be shocked if the miniature hedge maze is probably somewhere in Kubrick's family, to be honest.
Oh, I'm sure.
It seems because the maze takes on a whole new meaning in Kubrick's version of the story. Like there is references to the maze, and they do go through the maze and stuff in the book and in other adaptations, but the maze in Kubrick's version tends to take on this new meaning of just the confusion and the unraveling of Jack's mind.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes it so appropriate that it's getting lost in the maze in those exposed elements being lost in a metaphor for his own thoughts and sanity.
And you also already had the hedge maze on his tie.
Mm-hmm.
And it also helps that you could definitely argue that this is a little bit more looking too deep into it, but you could also argue that the hedge maze itself, its structure, kind of looks like the wrinkles in someone's brain, slightly. Although not as like square shaped as.
I'm knowing Kubrick. That's probably right. That was probably intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be fair, if you look at most hedge mazes from the top down, it looks like a brain rendered through Minecraft.
Pretty much.
I mean, this is the man who demanded that the table be green in a film that was black and white.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that part.
Sirs, you can't fight in the war room.
No, I honestly think the best thing about that, the weird demands he makes like that, is this also shows, like, he fucked with all of his actors.
Oh, yeah.
Like, people often focus about how he treated Jack and Shelley and Scatman in, this film in particular. Like, it's just notorious, like, his behavior for treating them like crap to get them
It also isn't helped that there's 2 making of documentaries of this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there's just this notorious reputation that follows this film, but oh my god, he treated his actors like shit, to get certain performances out of them. Like, he requested the table be green in that film for the war room because if the table is green, then it would put the actors in a particular mindset.
You're at a poker table.
Like, oh, we're at a poker table now. This is a game, and it puts them in that antagonistic mindset of I gotta win.
Yeah.
He kept the joke take as a main take, even though he swore up and down it was just a joke take.
Yeah.
Mein Führer! I can walk!
Yeah.
And it all just reminds me of, this is going to be a weird reference. Do you guys remember the epic rap battles of history with all those movie directors?
Yeah.
And Kubrick shows up just like, Dick as many times! 127!
I never actually saw that one.
It's fun for ERB being in the Maker era, but that's a story for another day.
Yeah.
Back to Shining.
But yeah, so needless to say, even though Dick dies and Jack dies in a completely different fashion, Danny and his mom do make it off the mountain, but it's not really shown. It's just insinuated.
They escape without Dick.
Yep.
Yeah. In both ways.
They get on the snowcat and they ride off into the distance, and you just assume they survive. Although I do love the fact that you could look at that and go, head scratch. Well, they got the vehicle, but do they have enough gas? Are they actually going to make it all the way down the mountain? You can't even see the road right now. How the heck are they going to navigate their way off? And he leaves that hanging in the balance as well.
Yeah.
Well, when it comes to the fuel situation, I think if Dick hired that in town, he probably would have made sure he had enough for 2 rides.
Oh, I know, but there's nothing ever explicit about it.
They could have died out there too. Yeah,
yes, there's not to mention his mom doesn't know the first thing about driving one of those down a mountain.
No.
She's got to.
Well, as the man said in the beginning, you know how to ride a car, then you know how to ride a snowcat.
Yeah.
The bigger question is she going to make it to the road and find the road?
Yeah.
Because Dick's been up and down that mountain plenty of times, apparently. I mean, he got up it. So he would clearly know how to get back down. Meanwhile, she hasn't even driven up the road. Because Jack's that man that's, I'm going to be the one to drive.
It's okay, dear. He saw it on television.
Yeah, for all we know, Kubrick's like head canon is like, in his version they fucking die out there in the wilderness. Like, yeah, you never
Everybody
know.
dies.
Everybody, I could see that. I could totally see that with Kubrick.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think that would actually be fitting in that adaptation. This adaptation that would be actually kind of an appropriate way for it to end. Like, yeah, nobody actually escapes.
Nobody escapes. You're all doomed. Ghosts will live us forever.
Okay, so
I can't believe in happy endings.
Yes.
So I do have a question.
Okay.
Because to go over like every like beat by beat creepy moment in detail would take way too fucking long.
Way too long.
How about favorite creepy moment of the movie?
That's
All right.
Because there's always that one that sticks out for people, I think, in this movie. There's always that moment where they're like, I was doing fine until
I'll go first because you know what my favorite one is?
Hmm.
It's one of the ones that gets referenced around. It's when Wendy is going through Jack's pages and all she sees is all work and no play makes Jack a very dull boy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's the one thing that's very creepy about that?
That it was written out painstakingly by one of his overtaxed secretaries.
That, and there's no copy and paste, so someone has to deliberately write that over and over again, and not even just like it wasn't like one simple line. No, there's variations, there's indentures, there's moving around there's moving around words and letters.
There's misspelling.
There's misspellings. There's this weird creepy aspect to the idea of someone sitting there and typing one sentence over and over and over again. And of course, it all ends with the build-up. How do you like it? Ah!
And this is why Kubrick was a
You wanna know-
sociopath.
You want to know something else that's interesting about that? There is a bit of a hint as to what's going on with Jack. Because there's one typo in all of that instead of saying Jack it makes Jack a dull boy, it says adult boy.
Yeah, I read that somewhere.
Ah!
Like, as he's going crazy, he's becoming more and more like a child.
Yeah.
In his head.
That makes sense.
And that was one of the few things that was like forced upon that particular. It's one of those cool little Easter eggs that most people don't catch, even in their first 20 times watching the fucking movie, because it passes by so fast.
I'll let everybody else go first because mine's probably gonna be a little underwhelming, but there is a story attached to it.
For me, it's kind of hard to pick because, like, for me, just the entire movie, like, just the entire atmosphere, just makes you completely unsettled and doesn't really allow you a moment's rest. But some that do stick in my mind always is one is the blood out of the elevator. Like when you first see that in like the flash forward that Danny has, in the beginning, and then like that coming back, it's just like a visual of that, like creeping in, like in slow motion, creeping in and just overtaking everything. Eventually, just overtaking the camera as well. Just everything fucking red.
That's odd. Usually the blood gets off on the second floor.
Although honestly, you know what's an interesting part of that moment that kind of fucked with me a little? In the second time that happens, you know how Jack says, I think we should discuss Danny. I didn't hear that the first time I heard it. You know what I heard the first time? I think we should discuss death. There's an entire chance that's just my brain being an idiot, but I thought that was kind of interesting the way you're... And it doesn't really help is that Jack's voice is distorted when you're talking about that.
Yeah.
Because it's implied it sounds like we're listening that through the river of blood.
Yeah.
There's and one other moment that also always sticks with me is just the slow pan from upstairs into the hedge maze, and like seeing like Shelly and Wendy and Danny like as little figures in the maze. Like for some reason that particular shot always just gives me the creepiest feeling.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I love that shot where it goes from the toy to the model to the actual thing. It's like,
yeah,
that is creepy, and I love it.
There's so many beautiful and memorable shots in this film, and while I don't find it a particularly scary film as much as I enjoy it and all its visuals and the story, and the blood from the elevator is definitely like one of the most memorable scenes in it. But I know this particular scene wasn't meant to be like creepy or unnerving, but the scene that I find kind of, I don't know, most like unsettling is when like Danny's like riding the big wheel through the empty hotel, and like, you know, just the sound of like, oh, he's on, you know, wood floor and carpet and wood floor and carpet.
Oh yeah,
and,
no, that
you know,
was supposed
just
to
that kind of
fuck
shot. And it does. I think it's like the best scene that emphasizes just how empty and alone like the whole place is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and fun fact, you know that shot was done before Steadicam, right?
No, it was actually done during the Steadicam was just invented during this time.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
This movie popularized Steadicam.
But here's the thing. There's no track for that. There's no track. So the Steadicam rig had to literally be attached to one of the cameramen, and he had to follow that tricycle throughout that hallway and keep it steady enough to film. Also, imagine taking that type of shot multiple times.
Because you know Kubrick couldn't just do it in one take.
Yeah.
Time for take 56.
You'd be by the end of the day.
Oh, yeah. No, I heard he was both nauseous and apparently his feet might have actually bled like full Fred Astaire style.
Although another funny camera detail that I read about was when Jack is smashing the axe through the door, and you see like the tracking like that happens like with the swing. That was Kubrick at that time, like pulling like some kind of mechanism to make sure and to follow that movement personally with the camera.
For me, it's a bit weird. But I hope it makes sense.
Okay.
The conversation with Grady in the bathroom.
No, I get it. I completely get it.
You have been the caretaker. Always been the caretaker.
Like, it's not even necessarily the conversation itself. It's the fact you go from this very, very period piece setting from that dance hall with the bar. Mm-hmm. Very, very vintage, very, very Art Deco, into this wholly modern looking bathroom space.
It's a juxtaposition, yeah.
Like, everything's angular, everything's white and red. Everything has... That bathroom looks like it belongs in the Beetlejuice house. Like, it just doesn't belong.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't belong at all. You're like, why the fuck is this bathroom in this hotel, period? And weirdly enough, why would it be attached to this part of the hotel?
Yeah, it's in the ballroom of all places. Yeah.
Like, huh?
Yeah. Although that does.
And the whole time, and this only happened after like maybe, my 5th watching of the whole thing. Because of where Jack is and where the urinals and the mirrors and the sinks are, you realize that Grady is standing right in front of the mirror, and there's no shadow being cast on Jack's face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As he's talking to Grady, and all the lights are above the mirrors. He's talking to himself.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the mirror.
Yeah.
In this bathroom that should not exist.
Yep.
Yeah. Although
And I wholeheartedly believe in that moment it's supposed to be Jack entering his own surreal mind space.
Mm-hmm.
Because nothing else in the hotel looks like that. It's so out of character and so out of place for the hotel itself as a character. Because the hotel operates more like a character than it does like a setting for me at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because the hotel is its own living, breathing thing after a while. And I can only think, like, with Jack's very, his taste for the expensive, the fact that he always feels like he's being left behind in life, and a bunch of other little minutiae you realize about Jack after watching it so many times, is that space does not exist in the hotel. I'm wholly convinced that space does not exist in the hotel.
No, I don't think it does either.
Yeah.
And it's such a vivid red that the only thing it can remind you of is blood, or if you're a King multiverse person, it's red balloons.
Yep.
Yeah.
Although
It's that same shade of red. And I'm just like, ugh. Like every time I watch that conversation, I swear I feel my butthole pucker just a little bit, because I'm just like, and this is the part where I start getting a little too cerebral about all this. Can I check out now?
Throughout the entire movie, it's also like red. The color red is always emphasized in almost every shot you see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
the bathroom scene, it does have one of my favorite lines in this entire movie. It's a line from Grady. I believe they need to be corrected.
Yeah, as if, being alive is a dysfunction.
Yeah, that always gets me. Just,
Which makes you wonder if those ghosts are real and Jack is seeing them.
Mm-hmm.
Do they look at Jack as being somewhat correct because he's basically already half dead?
There's a thought.
Like,
yeah, they just see.
like he's already got one foot in the grave and they fucking know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just need him to finish the job.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they were looking at his liver.
The hotel wasn't going to kill him. That was going to kill them anyway.
But yeah, one of my favorite movies of all time. I could watch it forever. Oh my god, there's so many details. We should probably wrap this up before I die.
Yeah, Ookami, get your moment, and then we should wrap this up.
Well, I guess in comparison, yeah, mine's kind of underwhelming. So, I have to go with the classic scene of, because it really did unnerve me, the old woman in the tub.
When Danny sees her?
No. When Jack sees her.
Ah. Yeah, that'll do it.
Because so my mom introduced me to this film. We rented it from Blockbuster. I was probably 12, 13, something like that.
Here, son, let's watch a movie together with Full Frontal Bush.
We were watching it, and we were watching it. She introduced me to a couple of films, and that was one of them. And we're sitting there in my room watching it, and I gotta like put some more context into this. So I have a very vivid imagination, and like my mind, when I see things, will latch onto them and keep those images in my head for like untold periods of time.
I know, it's my favorite mode of torturing you.
Yeah, in exact detail. Part of that is my OCD and my ADHD, and at that time, I was on Ritalin for my ADHD. I had forgotten to take it that day. So my mind was like hyperactive at that point. In fact, there was a point where I tried to sleep, and it felt like every time I closed my eyes, because I was moving and like shaking so much, that it felt like I had like a fucking Star Wars laser show going on behind my eyelids. Like my mind was fucked. So we get to this scene. I'm just wide-eyed horrified when this happens. And I look at my mom, and she's just as horrified. I'm like, so this is your favorite movie? And she's like, I forgot about this scene. So, yeah, Mom accidentally traumatized me. And that scene is because of everything together. But funny enough, actually, after we watched it and she left the room, I actually played it again. I watched the entire movie from beginning to end after that again. And when it got to that scene, I'm just like, I was on edge. I'm like, I know what's going to happen. I still wasn't prepared. Like,
and Ookami never looked at his imaginary friends the same way again.
I think the only thing that bothers me about that scene is that it reminds me of a lot of scenes in horror movies, and it feels kind of insulting, and two, it just feels kind of plebeian. Even though it's done really well in this film, I'm not trying to be like angry at Kubrick for using it, I guess.
Mm.
But it's that whole idea of like, oh, this beautiful, young woman becomes the nasty, rotten old hag, as if every woman that a man desires eventually becomes a monster.
I mean, we know Kubrick had issues. It's very possible.
Mhm.
It's just one of those scares that I just go, oh, come on. This big wad of masculine anxiety again. Do it better.
Yeah. But yeah, no, the scene, it's
Saggy tits.
it's because
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically what it feels like. Is, oh no, saggy titties. My life is in shambles.
I reached up her skirt and grabbed her breast. Yeah. Yeah, no.
Bad Ookami. Bad.
I can
Bad.
quote Bo Burnham, damn it. Yeah, no. But yeah, it's such a like nothing scene kind of. It is it's like such an obvious one, but because of the timing and the way I was introduced to it, it sticks with me.
Yeah.
Totally fair.
Which, by the way, yeah, I don't take Ritalin anymore. I don't take anything for my ADHD. I just try to handle it myself. So
It shows.
oh, I'm sure it does.
Doing a wonderful job.
I'm sure it does.
I'm now having flashbacks to that TikTok audio from this other podcast thing. Guys, if I was having a problem, would you be there for me? No. Absolutely not.
Oh shit.
I hope you go through something so I can ignore you. Sorry.
Yeah, no, overall, yeah, no, this film is fantastic. And I'm sure there's other scenes that had that effect on me. It's just it's the first one that always pops into my head when people go like, "Oh, what's your most like notable scary scene from that?" And it's like, yeah, that's the first one that goes into my head.
Yeah.
Like, it's a begrudging favorite because I hate it so much. But I respect it at the same time because it got me. Yeah, no, honestly, check out this movie if you haven't already. I will admit, one issue I've had, and I think that's just a personal problem I have, is it's one of my favorite films, but as of late, anytime I've tried to sit down to watch it, I fall asleep halfway through.
That's just your screwy sleep schedule.
It could be, and this has been for years now. But it's very possible that it's always been my screwy sleep schedule or something. Or I try to watch it with a friend, and he's too busy, like, he gets so bored with it because he doesn't like long burn films. And so he's sitting there on his computer fucking around, and I keep constantly looking over at him, and then I just pass out.
Yeah, being into The Shining, I feel like it's best done in a theater environment.
Yeah.
Like, I've been to midnight showings of this film at least 5 times.
God, I would love to do that.
Like, if you live anywhere near bigger cities when, we don't live in a full-blown pandemic situation, there are a lot of theaters that do, like, retro midnight showings.
Yeah.
And Shining is always very high on the list, especially when fall kicks in.
Yeah, like around October, around there.
Anytime between, like, the end of August to, like, the middle of November, because of that whole, like, onset of winter being a big theme in the film.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you can't make it to a theater, you can always make yourself a theater environment at home. Turn off the lights, get yourself some popcorn, get a couple people who you want to see their spooky reactions to things, and go to town.
Paint the toilet red.
Oh, hell. Honestly, dude, if you don't mind spending a little bit more money, get one of those little mini projectors. It's like.
Oh God! Now I'm just thinking of like those inflatable couches with the freaking projectors attached to it.
Yeah, I'm also thinking of the inflated drive-in screen you can get that some like, festivals use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get yourself a British butler to spill avocado over people.
But yeah, like it's one of those things like. You have to go into it knowing you're settling in for a good long movie. It's not something you just put on in the middle of the afternoon to just distract yourself.
Yeah.
Make sure to keep a peanut butter jelly jar open. I'm sorry, when I saw that scene again of Jack waking up and the peanut butter jar was just open next to him, for some reason I was like, what?
No, it is kind of a what?
Yeah, the peanut butter jar, the Oreos. I think he also might have opened like pineapple or something.
Like, this is not him being crazy. He's just having a bad food crash.
A food crash. Something's in the food, and he just got the munchies.
Can't murder now. Eating. Oh, for the love of... Get him, Ghouls!
I will say that's my second most unsettling moment in the movie.
The open peanut butter jar?
The fact that whatever the fuck is in that hotel
likes peanut butter?
No. The fact that after he wakes up from all that and he's like, I need to get out. Someone let me out. And some unknown entity unlocks the door.
Yeah.
The job needs to be completed, Mr. Torrance.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's like, wait, who the fuck opened the door then?
And it's only ever insinuated that it was one of the ghosts, or it was just the hotel itself
Yeah.
that did that. It's like, there is no doubt in my mind the hotel wants blood.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently it keeps spilling it all over the floor.
How do you think the carpets get so red?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's the second most unnerving moment in the film for me, is just hearing that click, click. And you're like,
Yeah.
who the fuck did that?
Yeah, exactly.
Peanut butter ghost.
It's the ghost of
Oh my god. It's the ghost of Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, bother.
He needs that. He wants to get at that honey. That's in the storeroom. Can you just click, click? I need a small mackerel.
The honey-filled Oreos. He needs them.
No, damn it, Xeiren. Now I'm imagining that bar scene between Jack and the bartender, but now it's Winnie the Pooh and the bartender, and it's about honey. It's like, well, hello. A little dead tonight, isn't it?
Oh my god. Someone needs to do that. Someone needs to fucking do that.
Oh god, especially since honey whiskey is a thing.
No. I got it. Jim Cummings actually does a little thing with his agency where they read scripts and voices they've done. Because he's done Pooh Bear as Darth Vader. So So there has to be one where he does Pooh Bear as Jack Torrance. That would be fucking amazing.
That would be so fucking awesome.
Here's Pooh Bear.
The man already recorded himself in the Pooh voice saying, like, I'm dummy thick and my clapping ass cheeks alert everyone around me. So.
The bees.
Yeah.
The bees.
So I can totally see him doing a fucking Jack Torrance.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's called Twisted Tunes, I think it's called.
Yeah. Oh my god. So, yeah, wrapping up, guys. Yeah, definitely check out this film. Check out the book. And a little bit of shameless self-promoting. Keep an eye out this month for a re-release of one of our Twisted Notes on MC Chris, of all people, doing a retelling of the story of the book version of The Shining from Danny's point of view in Tony. It's a surprising eye-opener.
Neat.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. So, wrapping up, Xeiren, where can people find you?
Xeiren, that spells Xeiren. You can find me over on Twitter for sure. TikTok if it's still available. YouTube doing ASMR content. And Instagram being generally cringy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's Instagram. Ver?
You can find me over on twitch.tv/VarrenKimbold, where every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 p.m. Central European Time, you can see me play all kinds of fun games. Mondays, RPGs. Wednesdays, strategy, shooter, something else with an S. Fridays, I play whatever the hell I can find. You can also find me over on Twitter at VarrenKimbold for stream updates and general fuckery. And over on YouTube, you can catch stream VODs and compilations.
Excellent. Doc?
Twitter at the Chaotic Doc, Instagram at the Chaotic Doctor, all one word, spelling it out. And main show is the Starlight Podcast at bitshoot.com/podcast Starlight.
Excellent. Grave, where is the turtle today?
Well, obviously, I'm swimming in the pool at the Outlook Hotel. Where else would I be?
Carrying the entire world on your shoulders, helping children defeat an evil clown.
Yeah, I was about to wonder, is that your cousin or something?
See, I figured that you'd be the one, like, standing up top above the hotel with the sun shining down on you just enough so that everybody mistakes the shadow of the supposed manta ray was actually you. Book references!
I was going to say, how did you find out about that?
And, of course, you can find me here on Podbean with the Wolf's Den podcast with Anna Mondays, the remainder of Twisted Notes, and, of course, Late to the Murder Party. check it out. We've got plenty of stuff coming to you all this month, especially. You can also find me over on Twitter, Ten-Tailed Ookami. That's TenTailed That's my name. Don't wear it out. Where you can find me, well, being my cringy self. And till next time, folks, just keep watching horror films, keep watching the classics, keep watching Kubrick, and I don't know.
Mind the bourbon.
Mind the bourbon, yeah. Maybe watch some other Stephen King films. There are a couple of good ones. I know everybody gives him shit for his films, but that's mostly his TV adaptations.
Well, and Maximum Overdrive.
Hey, that's a fun movie.
That's
Fuck
amazing.
you.
That's amazing. You shut your mouth.
I'm gonna scare the ever-living shit out of you.
Oh, come on, guys. No love for Tommy knockers?
This machine called me an asshole! We made you!
Scaring the little girl!
Oh my god.
That's the Langoliers, but okay.
Oh, Tommy knockers. Where Nickelodeon slime killed everybody.
Something dolls trying to take over the world. I don't remember Tommy knockers that much.
Fix it to yourself. Oh no, it's just the crackers talking. You'll be fine.
Oh yeah, that one.
Good night, everybody.
Bluff.
Here, I got a nice dog costume for you, Ookami. Put it on.
Fuck no.
Mm.
No, you're not allowed to be turned on by that. No.
And here I am wearing my tuxedo. How convenient. Here's
Just let me make sure that the ass flap is out.
Here's my pistol.
Thank you.